Why do people love Shakespeare's Hamlet? Main characters. Shakespeare's famous play, Hamlet, Prince of Denmark, is a tragedy set in 5 acts around 1600. Hamlet is more than a revenge drama, it's about life and existence, sanity, love, death, and betrayal. It is one of the most cited literary works in the world. And since 1960, it has been translated into 75 languages, including Klingon. But why do the people love Hamlet so much? In this episode, we will discuss it. The play begins otherworldly. At the beginning of the play, Prince Hamlet of Denmark, talking to a ghost who resembles his recently deceased father, the king. The ghost tells Hamlet that his father was murdered by the king's brother, Claudius, who succeeded and married Hamlet's mother, Gertrude. The ghost encourages Hamlet to kill Claudius to avenge his father. The task before Hamlet weighs heavily on him. Is the ghost trying to lure him into doing something that would send his soul to hell forever? Hamlet questioned whether the ghost was worth believing. His hesitation, pain, and grief make the character so believable. He is arguably one of the most psychologically complex characters in literature. Play within a play. Hamlet organizes the actor to reenact the murder of his father at the hands of Claudius to test Claudius' reflexes. Hamlet questions his mother about his father's murder and hears someone behind the curtain. He thinks it is Claudius, stabs the man with his sword. It turns out that he had actually killed Polonius, the close clerk sent by Claudius to monitor. Roles of women. Although both Gertrude and Ophelia receive a rather brief snub in the play, they are an interesting portrayal of women at the time and how to cope in a very masculine world. Gertrude married her husband's brother, but she tried to save Elsinore's political and family realms. Polonius' daughter Ophelia falls in love with Hamlet, but their relationship fell apart when Hamlet learned of his father's death. Her father Polonius and her brother Laertes instruct Ophelia to reject Hamlet's pursuit. Eventually, due to Hamlet's chaotic behavior towards her and the death of her father, Ophelia committed suicide. The power of these female characters is very fascinating in this play. It's all about dealing with grief. Hamlet returned to Denmark when Ophelia is being buried. This prompts him to think about the fragility of life, death, and the human condition. The performance of this monologue is an important part of how critics evaluate any actor who plays Hamlet. Shakespeare's best brotherhood. Hamlet and Horatio's friendship is the best in the entire play. Hamlet's only trusted best friend Horatio attempts to save Hamlet from himself is one of the staples of the entire play. The inevitable tragic ending. Laertes returns from France to avenge the death of his father Polonius. Claudius conspires with him to make Hamlet's death unexpected, and encourages him to poison his sword. He also set aside a cup of poison in case the sword was unsuccessful. Hamlet's mother, Gertrude, accidentally drank the glass of poison and died. During the fight, the swords were swapped and Laertes was mortally wounded by the poisoned sword after hitting Hamlet with it. Before his death, he informed Hamlet of all the plots. Hamlet stabs Claudius and forces him to drink the rest of the poisoned wine. Hamlet's revenge is finally over. On his death, he passed the throne to Fortinbras, Prince of Norway, Denmark's enemy, and stop his best friend Horatio's suicide by begging him to live to tell the story. When we see a character we admire spiral down in a way that will obviously end with their death, we can't resist this horrible, twisted feeling. But they will fight to the end, giving us a glimmer of hope that they may be rescued from the horrors around them. That would only make our hopes completely and irreversibly dashed.